Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe my TikTok page. Thank you so much. So with that, our quarter four week four objectives at the end of the lesson, you should be able to one, identify the different graphical representations of data. Number two, use appropriate graphs to represent organized data. We have the pie chart, line graph, bar graph, and histogram, also as the ogive. Number three, analyze, interpret accurately, and draw conclusions from graphic presentations of statistical data. Ito yung kailangan nyo matutunan or ma-master this week. Are you ready? Okay. So with that, let's define first now when we say graphical representation of data. Ano ba to? So this is a graphs or pictures or representations of numerical information. Di ba? As you recall, last time we discussed the frequency distribution. Okay, that is naka-tabular format. But today we are focusing on how to summarize the data using the different charts or graphs. Okay, but take note, kailangan yung ating gagawin ay naka-organize at madali nating makita ang ating summary or to make it effectively and accurately. Okay, so with that, meron tayong tinatawag na, okay, so this is pie chart or circle graph. Okay, it is used to show how all the parts of something are related to the whole. It is divided into slices to illustrate the numerical proportion. Meron tayong tinatawag na percentage or the percent. And in a circle, meron tayong tinatawag na angle sector. Ito yung bahagi ng angle natin or that is the angle measure. Okay, but the total measure of the angle is 360. Okay, so meron din naman tayong tinatawag na line graph. Okay, line graph is used to represent changes of data over a period of time. Or we also name this plot line. Okay, kasi magpa-plot tayo dito. Okay, so and then this is a bar graph. It is used for making direct comparison which uses horizontal or vertical bars to represent data. Okay, ito yung example natin. And this is, ano naman ang tawag dito? This is histogram. It is a special type of bar graph with intervals. Pag sinabi intervals, meron tayong bracket. Yun yung, di ba? Ito yan, no? Okay, meron tayong class interval na tinatawag. And it is a representation showing a visual impression of the distribution of data. Okay, and the last one, this is called ogive. So the ogive is a graph that represents the cumulative frequency for the classes in a frequency distribution. Di ba, remember, pag kinukuha natin yung cumulative, nagpa-plus lang tayo na kanyang consecutive, yung kanyang successive frequencies to get the total until you reach the highest cumulative. Okay, so but today we are going to start to construct a pie chart or circle graph. Okay, meron tayong steps. Number one step, write the brief and clear title of the graph. Okay, dapat malinaw yung title natin. Simple lang siya. Next, number two step, find the measure of the central angle to determine how big the sector is representing a certain data. Okay, siyempre, susukatin natin yan. And then, using the angle, no, yun yung protractor natin. Convert the percentage to decimal by dividing it by 100 and multiply the result. Express in decimal by 360 to obtain the measure of the central angle. And then, you can draw a circle, then measure of the central angle corresponding to its percentage using a protractor to measure the angles. And then last step, take note that the sum of the angle measure is always 100. Okay. And then let's proceed. So given the example, no, the following are the data pertaining to the budget of the first month's operation expenses of the frequency enterprises. Ito yung kanilang gastos, no, sa loob ng isang buwan. Okay, meron tayong project pag sinabi enterprises, no. So meaning to say, ano-ano yung mga pinagagastosan nila? May salary, andyan yung amount, advertising, materials and supplies, rent. But the total expenses for the whole month operation is 120,000. Okay, paano natin malalaman yung percent? Okay, all you have to do is i-divide lang natin yung amount of salary by the total. Okay, ganun yung gagawin natin bawat isang category. So meaning to say, that is 60,000 divided by 120,000, that is 0.5 or that is percent equivalent of 50%. And for the advertising, i-divide lang din natin, that is 0.167 or equivalent of the 16.7%. And for the materials and supplies, we have the 0.83 or 8.3%. Okay, di ba? Dinivide lang natin yung 10,000 divide by 120,000. Okay, same with this. To find the percent of rent, okay, 30,000 divided by 120,000, that is 0.25 or that is 25%. Kailangan pag inad mo lahat yung percent, magto-total po ng 100%. Okay, and for the angle sector, no, or angle of sector, this is the percentage of this category. Okay, di ba? So, para makuha natin yan, i-multiply lang natin yung 0.5 doon sa 360. Okay, kasi yung 360 dyan, yun yung total angles natin. Okay, doon sa circle. Okay, sector kasi when we say sectors, it refers to the ano no, that is a circle. Okay, and that is 180 degrees. And then 0.167 times 360, that is 60 degrees. Ibig sabihin yan yung sukat ng angle nila. And then to find the angle sector of materials and supplies, that is 0.83 times 360, that is 30 degrees. And for the rent, that is 0.25 times 360, that is 90 degrees. Kailangan pag inad natin lahat yung degree measure dyan ng bawat angle sector, that is 360 yan. Okay, with that, we can now construct a circle. Di ba? Sabi sa step 4, draw a circle. Okay, how are we going to draw a circle? Kailangan meron tayong device or yung panukat natin using the compass. Okay, di ba? Para pulido yung ating pagkakagawa ng circle. And then, gagawa na tayo ng angle dyan or we can measure the angle using the protractor. Okay, but first, di ba, maglalagay tayo ng line dyan. And then, you can now add line, then this is another line. Okay, then the measure of this, okay, this is 180 degrees. Ito yung angle sector natin. Okay, angle sector ang tawag dyan. Okay, and this is 60 degrees. Yan yung angle sector. And we also have 30 degrees and the last one is 90 degrees. Kailangan pag tinotal ko yan, 360 yan. Yun yung ibig sabihin nun. Okay, so, and then, okay, paano naman natin ipapakita yung final answer natin dyan? So, dapat makikita natin yung percent ng bawat parts sa circle. Okay, that is, syempre, don't forget the title, no? Expenses of frequency enterprises. Saan makikita to? Doon po sa given problem. Doon mo lang din i-derive yung name of the title of your pie chart. And then, lalagyan na natin ng okay, name of this salary, that is 50%. And then this is advertising 16.7%, and materials and supplies 8.3%. And for the rent, naka-expense sila ng 25%. Okay, take note, pag inad mo yan, 100% yan. So, ganun lang kung paano mag-come up ng pie chart. Okay, with that, we can now answer the given question, no? How much money goes for rent? Ilan yung nagagastos nila dyan? Diba? Gamit ang pie chart natin dyan or yung table na kung saan nag-compute tayo, diba? That is 30,000. Yun yung nagagastos nila sa rent kada buwan. Okay, and then, number 2, what is the least budget? O ano yung pinakamababa dyan? That is materials and supplies. Kasi na 10,000 lang yung nagagastos nila. Okay, so next na, we also have the steps in constructing a line graph or line plot. Okay, take note, ito yung ating halimbawa. Paano ba tayo gagawa ng line graph na to? Okay, so to construct a line graph, you should, number 1 step, draw the horizontal and vertical axis. Okay, di ba? Pag horizontal, pangalang or pahiga. Vertical, nakatayo siya. Okay, and then, on the horizontal line, represent by the scale the independent variable. Pag independent, andito yung ano natin, no? Okay, so name ng, for example, days. Okay, di ba? Yun yung category natin dyan. Okay, next, number 3 steps. On the vertical line, show the scale of the dependent variable. Yun yung number of students natin, or we call that the frequency. And then label the graph, show or plot by dot the value of the independent variable. Ipa-plot natin yan. Okay. Associated with each given value of the dependent variable, then i-connect na natin yung point using the straight line, yun yung line segment. Okay, let's proceed. So given yung example natin, no, the table shows the ticket sales of the UP Theater during a typical week. Okay, so ito yan no, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So yan yung number of tickets sold. So, and then, ano sabi sa step 1? Draw the horizontal and vertical line axis natin. And that is, ito yan. Okay, ito yung y-axis niyan. And then, you have to label, or this is the ano no, okay, days of week. Okay, ito yung dependent natin. And that is yung name of days natin, yung Sunday up to Saturday. And then dito naman sa vertical natin, that is the y-axis, nandito naman yung number of tickets sold. Ano-ano ba yung mga yon? Okay, yung bilang nila. So let's say ang counting natin by 50s, 0, 50, 100, 150, so on so forth. Pwede naman yon. It's up to you. Kung gusto mo 10, 20, 30, pwede rin yan. Okay, as much as you can plot correctly, accurately. Okay, and then mag-a-add tayo ng grid para mas madali natin ma-plot mamaya. Okay, di ba? Sa Sunday, ilan ba ang nabenta nila dyan? Di ba? Meron tayong 300. If this is Sunday, ito yung Sunday, saan ba yung 300? O di ba nandito yan? Ilagay mo yung tuldok doon. Okay, yun, ganun lang kung paano mag-plot. Sa Monday naman, there are how many? 55. Asan ba yung 55 dyan? Ibig sabihin yan, okay, between 100 tsaka 50. Okay, nandito yung ating dot. Tuesday, there are 130 tickets sold. Ibig sabihin yan, nandito sa pagitan ng 150 tsaka 100, nandito siya. Okay, then Wednesday, there are 150. O, ibig sabihin nandito siya, eksakto nakatapat siya sa 150. Then Thursday, there are 240. Yung 240 dyan, pagitan ng 250 tsaka 200, pero mas mataas sa 200. Kasi 240 yung ang ating nabentang tickets. Then Friday, there are 350. Asan ba yung 350? Ayun, o, di ba? Doon mo ilalagay yung iyong dot. Kailangan eksakto siya. And then Saturday, there are 200 tickets sold. Asan ba yung 200? Ito siya. Ibig sabihin niyan, dito mo ilalagay yung dot mo. Tsaka mo ngayon, i-connect yung bawat dot na yan. Kailangan yung magkakasunod yung consecutive, adjacent. Okay, so eto, i-connect na natin yan. Also this one. Okay, until you finish. Then makakagawa na tayo ng trends, di ba? So rising and falling, yun yung kinasabi na changes of trends over a period of time, yung pagtaas at baba. We can now interpret the summary of data. Okay, so but take note, kailangan may title tayo. Ano may title? Weekly tickets, so weekly ticket sales of UP Theater. Kaya pag nakita mo yan, alam mo na agad yung kinita nila. Okay, let's have number 1 question now. So which day has the most sales? How many? O, ano ba yung pinakamataas dyan? Okay, di ba? Ito yan, that is Friday. Okay, ilan ba yung kinita nila dyan? How many tickets? Di ba? There are 350 tickets. Okay, ibig sabihin yan yung pinakamataas na araw na maraming nabenta. Okay, next, number 2. If the cost per ticket is 100 pesos, how much is earned in Wednesday? O, di ba ito yung Wednesday? Kung nakabenta sila ng 150 na tickets at ang halaga ng bawat isa ay 100, i-multiply mo lang yon. 100 times 150, there are how many? 15,000 pesos. Yan yung nabenta nila doon sa Wednesday na yan. Okay, so ganun lang. Next, we also have the steps in constructing a bar graph. Okay, so ito yung example natin. Paano ba tayo gagawa ng bar graph? Siyempre, okay, so construct a bar graph, you should, number 1 step, write a brief and clear title of the graph. Mahalaga yun, no? Para pangalan pa lang, alam mo na agad yung summary of data at kung tungkol ba saan ba yan. Okay, then draw a vertical and horizontal axis, then select a suitable scale for each axis and how it should be spaced. Kailangan meron silang space. Make the bar of the same width. Kailangan same yung lapad, no, na kung paano mo siya dinodrawing. And equally, construct the proper division, marking, and labeling of each scale. Okay, so para visualize ninyo, let's have example. The table shows the favorite colors of grade 7 e-learners. So, ito yung given natin, red, blue, green, yellow, purple. Ito yung number of students na may gusto sa bawat kulay na yan. Okay, di ba? Step 1 natin, sabi dyan, write a brief, clear title of the graph. Okay, so ano ba yung title niya? Favorite colors of grade 7 e-learners. Lagi siyang makikita dun sa given problem natin. Okay, then construct na tayo ng vertical line tsaka horizontal line. Okay, so then this is the independent variable, no? This is the colors. Okay, syempre ano ba yung mga colors dyan? Red, blue, green, yellow, purple. Dito naman sa vertical mo, andito naman yung number of students na may gusto sa bawat kulay na yan. Yun yung tinatawag na y-axis. So, let's say ang counting natin dyan ay by 5. Kaya 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Pwede na mga 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or by 1, or by 2, by 3, it's up to you. Basta kailangan ma-plot mo siya na accurate. Tugma. Okay, then, mag-add tayo ng grid para mas madali i-plot. And then doon sa red na color, ilan ba yung estudyante may gusto doon? Di ba 13? Asan ba yung 13? Di ba nandito siya? Ibig sabihin between 10 and 15, nandito yung dot natin. I mean, this is bar. Okay, sorry. Kasi nga bar graph tayo, no? Lalagyan mo siya. Ibig sabihin hanggang dito yung taas ng yung bar. And then doon sa blue naman, ilan yung may gusto? 20. Yung 20, ibig sabihin nandito yung hanggang dito yung taas niya, o di ba? So, kailangan same space yan, ha? Yun yung technique dyan para maging tama yung sagot nyo. Sa green naman, ilan ba yung may gusto? 10. Saan ba yung 10? Ito. Ibig sabihin, eksakto hanggang dito yung taas ng ating bar. And then sa yellow naman, merong 6 na estudyante lang na may gusto dyan. So, ibig sabihin, there are 6. Ibig sabihin, mas mataas siya ng konti sa 5 kasi nga 6 yon. So, purple, ilan na yung may gusto? 23. Ibig sabihin, nandito siya. Less than 25 kasi 23 tayo. Dito siya. Okay, so with that, ganun lang kasimple kung paano gumawa ng bar graph. But take note, so kailangan may space yan. Same yung space natin dyan. Okay, so with that, we can now answer the given question based on the graph or the bar graph. Which color has the most number of students? How many? Di ba kitang-kita natin yung pinakamataas na bar? That is purple. Okay, di ba? So, ilan ba may gusto sa purple? Okay, di ba? That is 23 students based dun sa table natin kanina. Okay, then number 2. Which color has the least number of students? How many? Least, no? Alin dyan yung pinakamababa nung may gusto? That is yellow. Ilan ba yung may gusto ng yellow lang? There are 6 students. Okay, ganun lang kung paano mag-interpret ng bar graph. Okay, now, we can now also construct histogram. Okay, but before that, no, so ito yung example natin dyan. Okay, so paano ba tayo mag-construct? Meron tayong step to construct a histogram, you should, number 1, draw the horizontal and vertical axis. On the vertical axis, place the frequencies. Okay, ito yung frequencies natin yan, no? On the end label the x-axis, no? I mean this axis, okay. And then on the horizontal axis, ito yung horizontal natin, place the lower value of each interval, okay. Then label this axis with the type of data. And then number 4 step, draw a bar extending from the lower value of each interval. The height of each bar should depend or equal to the frequency of each corresponding interval. Ibig sabihin, yung taas ng bar natin, nakadepende kung ilan ba yung number of the frequency or bilang ng estudyante. Okay, let's proceed, no, para ma-visualize ninyo. Example, construct a histogram to represent the frequency distribution of scores of students in a math quiz. Kung mapapansin nyo, given yung class interval dyan, tsaka frequency, meron tayong hahanapin yung tinatawag natin class boundaries. Remember, the last time we already discussed the class boundaries. When you say class boundaries, meron tayong tinatawag na lower limit. Okay, yung lower limit, magma-minus ka ng 0.5 dito. Okay. And then yung upper boundary naman, para makuha natin yung upper boundary, titingin ka dito sa upper limit. Magpa-plus ka ng 0.5. Okay. So dito sa 50 to 59, ano yung first class boundaries natin? That is 49.5 to 59.5. Kasi nga nag-minus ako ng 0.5 sa 50, nag-plus naman ako ng 0.5 doon sa 59. Kaya that is 49.5 to 59.5. So ganun din sa second class boundaries natin. Magpa-minus ka ulit ng 0.5 sa 60, magpa-plus ka ulit ng 0.5 sa 69. Kaya that is 59.5 to 69.5. And the third class boundaries is 69.5 to 79.5. And okay, yan yung ating class boundaries. Kapag nakuha mo na lahat ng class boundaries mo, okay, ano yung sunod na steps natin? We can now draw a bar extending, di ba? Okay, so ito yung ating data kanina. So since we already have the class boundaries, we can now draw a horizontal line. Ito yung ating x-axis. Ito naman yung vertical line, that is a y-axis or the frequency. Okay, and then, lagyan mo na yung number natin, no? And then this is the class boundaries natin. Okay, yung class boundaries natin dyan, ili-label lang natin. Kaya this is 49.5 to 59.5. Ito yun, no? Okay, then 59.5 to 69.5 hanggang matapos mo siya. Hanggang yan. Okay, and then mag-add tayo ng grid para mas madali nating ma-plot mamaya. Okay, so after that, we can now draw a bar. Okay, di ba kailangan ang paggawa natin ng bar dyan ay kailangan walang space dapat yan at same yung kanyang width. Okay, so ibig sabihin niyan, 49.5 to 59.5, there are 3. Di ba? Tatlo yung frequency niya, kaya yung taas niya hanggang 3. Then, dito naman sa 59.5 to 69.5, ilan yung frequency niya? 10. Ibig sabihin yung taas niya hanggang 10. Nandito siya. Ibig sabihin, more than 9 siya. Nandito yung taas natin. So, ayan, kung makapansin nyo na wala siya dapat gaps. Okay, kasi may interval tayo. And then, dito naman sa 69.5 to 79.5, meron tayong 15. So, ibig sabihin hanggang dito yung taas natin. Okay, then for the 79.5 to 89.5, meron tayong 12. Ibig sabihin nandito yung ating taas ng graph. I mean bar. And then for 89.5 to 99.5, there are 6. Ibig sabihin nandito yung taas ng ating bar. Okay, kung mapapansin nyo, walang gaps. Okay, kasi meron tayong class interval or the class boundaries. Okay, so with that, yun yung kaibahan niya sa bar graph, ha? Walang gap dito. Doon sa bar graph, meron. Okay, so with that, yung title niya, don't forget, is Scores of Students in a Math Quiz. Okay, with that, we can now answer the given question, no? According to the data, which class boundaries has the most frequency? Diba, kitang-kita mo na siya kasi yung pinakamataas na bar mo. That is, yan. So, diba? So, 69.5 to 79.5. Okay. So, that is the highest. And then, for number 2, how many students got a score between 89.5 to 99.5? Diba, ito yung ating boundaries or yun yung interval natin. Itapat mo doon, ilan bang estudyante yan? Diba, meron tayong 6. Okay, kaya the answer is 6 students. And now, we can now also do the constructing ogive. Pag sinabi natin ogive, di ba, yun yung cumulative frequency natin. Okay, kailangan ma-recall nyo yan. But before that, ito yung example natin. Okay, to construct an ogive, you should, step 1, find the class boundaries and then the cumulative frequency. Then step 2, draw the x and y axis, label the x axis with the upper class boundaries. Use an appropriate scale for y axis to represent the cumulative frequency. And then step 3, plot the cumulative frequency at each upper class boundary. Then connect the adjacent point with the line. Okay, babalikan natin, no? Kailangan pag gumawa ka ng ogive, ang kukunin mo lang dyan yung iyong cumulative frequency, whether that is less than, cumulative, or greater than. Okay, yun yung coordinates natin. Yun yung kanya magiging upper class boundary. Yun yung kukunin natin. But take note, i-include natin yung lowest class boundary. Okay, then idugtong natin doon sa ating upper class boundary. Okay, then write a brief and clear title of the graph. Don't forget that. Okay, we can now construct an ogive to represent the frequency distribution of scores of students in a math quiz. Okay, kung mapapansin ninyo, meron tayong 5 columns. Ibig sabihin, hahanapin muna natin yan before you draw the ogive. Okay, so given yung kanyang class interval, tsaka yung frequency. So, hahanapin natin yung class boundaries, yung less than cumulative frequency, tsaka greater than cumulative frequency. Kasi yun yung kailangan natin, yun yung coordinates natin mamaya. Okay, so first, to find the class boundaries, di ba, titingin tayo sa lower limit. Ito yan, mag-minus tayo ng 0.5. Okay, then yung upper boundary naman, magpa-plus tayo ng 0.5 dito sa upper limit. Kaya 10 minus ka ng 0.5, 9.5 yon. Kaya that is 9.5 to 12.5. Nag-plus ka ng 0.5 doon sa upper limit na 12. Okay, ganun din dito sa second class boundary. Nag-minus ka ng 0.5 sa 13, kaya 12.5. Nag-plus ka naman ng 0.5 sa 15, kaya 15.5. And the third class boundary, same with, nag-plus ka ulit ng 0.5 sa 18, kaya 18.5. Nag-minus ka ng 0.5 sa 16, kaya 15.5. And then the next is 18.5 to 21.5. And the last is 21.5 to 24.5. Yan yung ating class boundaries. Okay, pero ang kailangan lang natin dyan, yung ating upper class boundaries. Ito yan, yung naka-red. Take note yan, yung upper boundary po dyan yung naka-red. Lower boundary kasi yung blue. Okay, to find the cumulative, the less than cumulative frequency, less than tong symbol na to, kaya first copy mo yung iyong frequency. Ayan yung 4. I-add mo ngayon yung kanyang successive or yung kanyang consecutive. Then 4 plus 8, that is 12. 12 plus 7, that is 19. Then 19 plus 6, that is 25. And then 25 plus 5, that is 30. Okay, di ba? Kung mapapansin natin yan, yan yung tinatawag natin less than cumulative frequency. Okay, so nag-add lang tayo. Then to find the greater than cumulative frequency, dito naman tayo, start naman tayo dito sa taas, no? Pababa tayo. Okay, copy mo ulit yung iyong first class interval dito sa taas, that is 5. Then, i-add ulit natin yung kanyang kasunod. 5 plus 6, that is 11. 11 plus 7, that is 18. Then 18 plus 8, that is 26. Then 26 plus 4, 30. Kailangan, pag chinek mo yan, kailangan yung huling nakuha mong total sa cumulative frequency, that is equal or parehas dapat yung number. Kaya 30, 30, same lang yan. Kasi yun po yung number of total of frequency natin. Okay, so paano tayo gagawa ng ogive? Okay, ang kailangan lang natin dyan yung upper boundary tsaka yung kanyang cumulative frequency. Okay. So, and then, ito na yung nakuha natin data. So, therefore, let's go back to the steps. Okay, so first, di ba, nahanap na natin yung ating boundaries and then the cumulative frequency. Magdodraw na tayo ngayon ng X and Y axis. And then, you are going to label them using the upper class boundaries. But take note, ini-include natin yung lowest class boundaries natin yan. Okay. So, para makita ninyo, ito yung ating horizontal axis. That is ito naman yung vertical axis natin. And then, this is the cumulative frequency. Ito ha. Okay. So, the cumulative frequency yan, meaning to say, that is 0, 5, 10, 15. By 5 yung counting natin. Okay, so pwede mo naman siyang by 2s or by 3s. It's up to you. Basta kailangan maging accurate yung pagpa-plot natin. And then, dito naman sa horizontal or x-axis, nandito yung tinatawag natin upper class boundaries. Ang upper class boundaries natin dyan yung naka-red dito. Yung 12.5 up to 24.5. But ini-include natin yung lowest class boundary, which is 9.5. Kaya susulat natin dyan. That is 9.5. Then, kopyahin mo na yung lahat ng iyong upper class boundaries. Kaya 12.5, 15.5, 18.5 until you reach the highest, which is 24.5. And then, mag-a-add tayo ng grid para mas madali natin ma-plot. Diba? Kung mapagkikita natin, so una natin ipa-plot yung less than cumulative frequency. Ito yan. Okay, di ba? Kung ito yung ating, ayan di ba, 9.5. Di ba? Ito yung lowest. In-include lang natin ito kasi yun yung rule natin, di ba? Okay. Ibig sabihin yan, if this is 9.5, ano yung magiging y-axis natin? Coordinates natin yan. Ang coordinates natin yan, x and y-axis kasi, di ba? Ibig sabihin yan, ano yung magiging corresponding natin? 0 siya. Okay, kaya that is 9.5, 0. Yun yung coordinates natin. And then, dito naman sa 12.5, eto na yon, start na tayo dito sa upper limit, or upper boundary, 12.5, ilan yung kanyang less than cumulative frequency? There are 4. Kaya nandito yung kanyang dot. Okay, sa baba ng 5, kasi 4 lang yung number of cumulative frequency, doon sa less than. Okay, dito naman sa 15.5, ito yung 15.5, there are 12. Di ba? 12 yung less than cumulative. Kaya nandito siya. At saan ba yung 12 dyan? Ito. Pagitan ng 10 tsaka 15. Mas mataas sa 10 kasi 12. And then, yung 18.5 naman, ito siya, yung upper boundary. Then, ang kanyang less than cumulative ay that is 19. Ibig sabihin yung 19 nandito sa pagitan ng 15 tsaka 20, kaya mas mababa ng 20. Nasa ibaba siya ng 20 kasi 19 lang. And then dito naman sa 21.5, ito siya. Yung kanyang coordinates dyan na y, that is the 25. Yun yung kanyang less than cumulative frequency. Kaya ibig sabihin niya, nandito yung ating tuldok. Tapat lang natin. Eksaktong nakatapat kasi 25 siya. Then dito naman sa 24.5, yung kanyang coordinates na y-axis dyan, that is 30. Okay, kaya nandito yung ating tooldoc. Okay, so then you can now connect. Iko-connect natin yan using the line segment. Okay, then until you finish. So ang tawag ngayon dito sa ating nagbuong line na to, okay, this is less than ogive. Okay, kasi ito ay less than cumulative frequency. Okay, punta naman tayo sa greater than cumulative frequency natin. So kung ito yung 24.5 natin, okay, pababa naman tayo. Kung kanina pataas, pababa tayo, di ba? Okay. So ito yung 24.5 ko, ang kanyang magiging y-axis naman dyan na ano, okay. Siyempre, wala tayong corresponding na ano dyan, no, na y-axis. Ibig sabihin yan, 0 yung kanyang magiging coordinate sa y-axis. Kaya that is, andito siya. Okay, kasi ito yung x-axis y to, kaya 0. Then 24.5, okay, dito na tayo, no? So 21.5 na tayo. So 21.5, that is 5. Okay. So there are 5, then 18.5 dyan, there are, okay, kung makikita natin, no, yung 18.5, that is 11. Okay, balikan natin yung 21.5 na yan, that is 5. Okay, so dito ako titingin. And then yung 18.5 naman, there are 11. O, di ba kung makikita nyo yung blue? Okay, ito yung 11 natin. Okay, mas mataas sa 10. And then yung 15.5 naman, so ang kanya magiging corresponding na y-axis 18. Saan ba 18 dyan? Yung less, ayan, between 15 tsaka 20 but less than siya ng 20. Andito siya. Okay, then yung kanyang 12.5 naman, yung kanyang coordinates ng y-axis dyan ay, that is 26. Ibig sabihin nandito sa taas ng 25. Tuldukan mo. Okay, and then for 9.5, yung ating magiging y coordinates, that is 30. Okay, so and then we can now connect the dots by using the line segment. Okay, so ganyan lang. And then until you finish. Ang tawag naman dito sa line na ito na buo natin, we call this greater than ogive. Kasi nga, di ba? So, tumataas yung ating ano dyan. Okay, cumulative frequency. Dito naman bumababa siya. Okay. So, and then, ano naman ang tawag doon sa kung saan nag-meet yung ating ogive? So, we call that the median. That is the halfway of the score. Okay. So with that, we can now interpret, no? Okay, but don't forget the title is Scores of Students in a Math Quiz. Okay, then we can now answer, no? The question, how many students got the scores of greater than 21.5? Okay, kung di ba greater than, titingin tayo doon sa blue. 21.5, ito siya. Meaning to say, tignan mo doon sa frequency, that is 5. Kaya 5 yung sagot natin. Okay, 5 students. Next, number 2. How many students got scores less than 21.5? Kung less than natin yung red, titignan mo siya, 21.5. Di ba? Kung saan yung nakatapat niya na frequency which is 25, kaya 25 students yung sagot. Yan yung number of students na nakakuha doon sa less than 21.5 na boundary. And then number 3, how many students got scores of greater than 9.5? If this is greater than 9.5, tignan mo yung blue. Ito siya. Ibig sabihin nandito yung number of frequency. That is, number of cumulative frequency niya. That is 30. Okay, kaya 30 students yung nakakuha dyan na greater than 9.5. And then, for number 4, how many students got scores of less than 9.5? Pag less than, ba, ito yung red. Okay, ito yung red natin. Ibig sabihin yan, ano yung coordinates niya? Ibig sabihin, ito yung cumulative frequency. 0 siya. Okay, walang estudyante na nakakuha dyan. Okay, kasi remember, in-extend lang natin. And then for number 5, how many students got scores of greater than 24.5? Okay, di ba? Greater than yung blue natin. If this is 24.5, tignan mo yun, di ba? Ano yung number pag tinaas mo dyan? Pero take note, 24.5, ito siya, di ba? Okay, so ibig sabihin 0 siya. Di ba? Kaya walang estudyante nakakuha dyan. That is the y coordinates kasi. Okay, so ganun lang kung paano mag-interpret using the ogive, yung chart na to. Okay. So next, number 6. How many students got scores of less than 24.5? Okay. Kung 24.5 naman less than, tingin ka sa red. Di ba? Ito yung 24.5 na red. Tingnan mo doon. There are how many students? 30. Kaya 30 yung sagot natin dyan. Okay. So with that, let's summarize the different kinds of charts. Choose your answer in the box below. So ibig sabihin yan, meron tayong use of the different charts, the key term, and the sketch. How about line? Pag sinabing line, ilalagay natin dyan dito sa line graph. Okay, di ba? Ginagawa natin, nagdodraw tayo ng line dyan. Percentage, of course, that is key term for pie chart. And pie slices, that is, okay, sketch natin, di ba? Sa pie chart, meron tayong ini-slice or hinahati dun sa part natin, sa circle. And interval, it refers to key term for the histogram. Okay. And to track changes over a period of time, this is for use for line graph. Okay, di ba? Yung pagtaas at pagbaba ng trends natin. Yun yung line. Okay, so how about to compare parts of a whole? Okay, that is used for pie chart. Okay, di ba? Meron tayong mga parts dyan, yung percentage. Then categories, pag sinabing categories, this is key term for bar graph. Okay, then bar with no gaps. Saan kaya ito makikita? That is sketch, di ba? Nag-sketch tayo, dapat walang space, walang gaps. Yun doon sa histogram yon. Sa trends naman, okay, yung trends naman, this is for key term para sa line graph. And bar with gaps naman, ano naman to? This is sketch natin para sa bar graph. Di ba? Meron dyang space pag gumagawa tayo ng bar graph. Okay, then to display the distribution of the values of data. Okay, saan ginagamit to? This is for histogram. Di ba meron tayo dyang mga interval, kaya nga dinidistribute natin. And to show comparison between categories, this is used for bar graph. Di ba merong direct comparison. Okay, so with that, I hope you learned something from this video. And I will see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe my TikTok page. Goodbye, and we'll see you. Thank you.